What my father cannot do will never exist. Benedicta is my name. I'm making this testimony from Lagos, Nigeria. I want to give this testimony on behalf of my nephew that was born with a deformity. About 8 years ago, he came visiting during an holiday, and my husband and I discovered that he had a medical condition that is called Congenital Penile Curvature that is associated with Hypospadias. That is a condition whereby the penis is twisted and the urethral opening is down. So by the time we discovered that condition, we were concerned. So I had to take him to see the doctor, took him to the hospital. And then the doctor said that the only solution was surgery. We actually booked for the surgery because he was spending the entire day with us. We booked for the surgery. The day he was to be admitted, we took him to the hospital. But that very day, doctors went on strike. So we had to take him back home. And that particular strike lasted for over 2 weeks, and he needed to go back to his parents where they live. So he left. And ever since, it has been a concern, wondering when we'll be able to do the surgery. Fast forward to this year, a woman gave a testimony sometime earlier in the year that I had a son that had a genital deformation, and that she was always praying for the child in the altar, and she kept giving the child communion to take and to rub on his genitals. So immediately I heard that testimony, I keyed into it. Then my nephew came around. So there was a day during prayers, I had to call him to join me in prayers. I gave him the communion to take, and he rubbed it on his genital as well. So I kept doing that since he was around. There was a particular day, Pastor Jerry did mention that new organs are being given out.
If you will not doubt this prayer, if your amen will turn like a warrior, every organ in your body, at the sound of your amen, may the Lord give you new ones.
So I keyed into that, and I called him. I said, you should join me in that particular prayer as well. So he was with me during the prayers. I gave him the communion as usual, and I forced on the sound. I said, yeah, go to the toilet and rub on your genitals. So he went in and rubbed. I told him, I said, just go and check yourself. That once he said, okay, he wants to pee. I said, yeah, go and pee. Pee and check yourself. He came out and shouted, but Mom, my penis popped out. And I said, if it has popped out at all, that means God will perfect what he has started. So I told my husband, I said, please, this child, I'm believing God for his healing. Just help me check and see how far God has restored him, because he already told me that the penis has already popped out a bit. So my husband followed him to the toilet, told him to wee. Ordinarily, when he's peeing, because the opening is down, the wee goes down. It does not rise like the normal way a man's urine will go up. So the urine will go down. So my husband checked and said, that the wee was going up, and that the length of the penis is already stretched. There is no twisted skin. Indeed, it was a reconstructive work, because the doctors told me that it's only through surgery that it can be corrected. And I was a bit concerned, because he's already grown older. He's already in his teens, and this was something that we planned doing about 8 years ago. And they said the best time to do the surgery is when the child is still as a baby, very young. That it becomes more painful as the child grows older. So I want to say a big thank you to Pastor Jerry, and I've decided to come this time around to give God all the glory, to thank God for the healing and the restorative work he has done.